In the past, it has been common practice for veterinary health experts, public health professionals, and environmental health specialists to work separately. But now we're moving into a new framework called One Health that encourages everyone to work together. For example, if you look at anthrax disease, when an outbreak occurs and animals die, people can get anthrax when they get exposed to the animals or their products. And also, when these animals are not buried properly, they contaminate the environment. So this is a classical example of the definition of One Health. And now we're seeing that 60% of infectious diseases are zoonotic in nature, meaning they can jump from animals to humans. And this will most likely increase in the coming years. My name is Valentina Ndolo. I specialize in applying machine learning to understand the distribution of anthrax risk across Uganda and Kenya. I chose these two locations because the two countries have had several sporadic outbreaks of anthrax disease, and these outbreaks are becoming more frequent and the intensity is also increasing. The outbreaks affect livestock as well as humans, and this is a really big concern for public health as well as veterinary health. So one of the challenges facing ecological datasets is sampling bias. And what this means is that areas that are closer to surveillance sites are usually more sampled than areas that are further away. And this causes a big problem for niche modelings. And this is why I've decided to use a new approach that can incorporate these structural dependencies and design more accurate models that can actually be more useful to policymakers and stakeholders. Before my PhD, I specialized in laboratory sciences, being a biochemist and also doing a lab-based project for my master's degree. So when I started my PhD, I was a complete tech newbie. So that means I hadn't really applied some of the methods I'm using now before, and I had to learn them from scratch. When I started my PhD during my first year, I attended various online courses as well as the free training courses offered by the university, and I was able to learn how to use different computer programming methods, particularly R, and also how to apply machine learning methods like Maxent and INLA, as well as other algorithms that I used to predict disease hotspots across wider geographical areas. So one of the biggest challenges in terms of pursuing scientific careers at advanced levels is really understanding the kind of area you want to pursue and how to go about making the applications. And sometimes this is difficult, especially when prospective applicants don't have an idea of how to write personal statements or how to write the research proposal, how to approach the supervisors and secure one. Generally, just how to go through the application process for admission and scholarships. And this is the reason why I set up STEMing Africa initiative, to provide talented young women with the skills they need to understand how to write their proposals, to write their personal statements, to approach supervisors, and generally how to do their applications so that they guarantee the success from the onset. Because when I was applying for my PhD and when I was applying for my master's, I did it basically alone. And I really understood how important it was to have some sort of background information, some mentorship from someone who has been through the process. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do with the initiative, just to be that gap, be that middle person to help these talented young women to get places at leading universities across the world.